There comes a moment in life when you get tired. Not physically tired, but mentally tired. Tired of saying, "I'll start tomorrow." Tired of making plans and never following them. Tired of watching others move forward while you stay stuck in the same place. And one day, something inside you shifts. Not a big dramatic change, just a quiet decision. For the next 30 days, I will not make excuses. No perfect plan, no waiting for motivation, just starting. Day 1. The alarm rings early. The room is quiet. Your body feels heavy. Your mind immediately whispers, "Just sleep a little more. You can start tomorrow." But this time, something is different. You sit up slowly, uncomfortably. But you do it. There's no motivation, no excitement, just a small action that feels bigger than it should. That day, you don't do everything perfectly. You don't suddenly become super productive, but you do something. And for the first time in a long time, you feel a tiny sense of control. Day 2, it doesn't get easier. In fact, it feels even harder because now your brain knows this is real. You try to focus, but distractions pull you back. Your phone, your habits, your old routine. Still, you remind yourself, no excuses. Even if it's messy, even if it's slow, you show up again. Day 3 motivation disappears. Now it feels like work. Your mind starts questioning everything. Why? Are you doing this? What's the point? You failed before. You'll fail again. But instead of arguing, you act because now you understand something important. You don't need motivation to start. You just need to move. Day 4 distractions become stronger. Everything seems more interesting than your goal. Scrolling feels easier. Comfort feels safer. But now you catch yourself. You stop mid-distraction and return. Not perfectly, but intentionally. And that matters. Day 5, you feel tired. The routine is boring, repetitive. There's no excitement anymore. This is the moment where most people quit. But you don't, because this time, you're not chasing motivation. You're building discipline. Day 6, something small changes. You start your work a little faster. You waste a little less time. It's not a big transformation, but it's real. Day 7, 1 week. 7 days of showing up. No big results. No dramatic success. But something more powerful. You kept your promise, and that alone starts to change how you see yourself. Day 8, your mind fights back again. Take a break. You deserve it. But now you know the trick. So instead of quitting, you just do a little, because doing something is always better than doing nothing. Day 9 focus improves slightly. Tasks feel less overwhelming. What once felt impossible now feels manageable. Day 10, you start believing in yourself again. Not fully, but enough to continue. Day 11A. Strong day. You complete your tasks. You stay focused. And at the end of the day, you feel proud. A feeling you almost forgot. Day 12A. Bad day. You wake up late. You waste time. You lose control. And for a moment, it feels like everything is ruined. Day 13, this is where everything changes. Instead of quitting, you come back. No guilt, no overthinking, just action. And in that moment, you become stronger than your past self. Day 14, back on track. You realize something powerful. Consistency is not about perfection. It's about not giving up. Day 15, halfway. You look back and see how far you've come. Not perfect, but better. Stronger, more aware, more in control. Day 16, the resistance is weaker now. Your brain starts accepting this new routine. Day 17, you think less and act more, and that changes everything. Day 18, habits begin forming. What once required effort now feels normal. Day 19, another tough day, low energy, low mood. But something has changed. Quitting is no longer an option. Day 20, You start identifying differently. I am someone who shows up. And that identity is powerful. Day 21, 3 weeks. Now the change is visible, not just to you, but to others. Day 22, someone notices. You've changed, and for the first time, you believe it. Day 23, distractions lose power. You control your time instead of losing it. Day 24, the routine feels natural. Not forced, not painful, just part of your life. Day 25, confidence grows, not loud, but solid. Day 26, you push harder. You realize your limits were never real. Day 27, progress feels addictive. You want to improve. Not because you have to, but because you can. Day 28, almost there. You reflect, you remember day 1, and you realize that was the hardest day. Day 29, gratitude for the effort, for the discipline, for not quitting. Day 30, you stand there, quietly. No big celebration, no dramatic ending, just one powerful realization. You didn't just change your routine, you changed yourself. Final message in 30 days, you don't become perfect, but you become someone who takes action, keeps promises, fights excuses, and shows up, no matter what. And that is how real change begins. So don't wait for tomorrow, because tomorrow is just another excuse. Start today.